The twin suns of Valtrex 9 cast a golden glow over the desolate plains. The air shimmered with heat, and the distant mountains stood like silent guardians over the fragile colony of the Xilari people. In the heart of the settlement, Captain Syra Veluxen stood before a flickering holographic display, her 4 fingers trembling as she accessed the distress beacon. They were losing. The ruthless Kryn Dominion had invaded without warning. Their warships, dark as the void, had descended upon Valtrex 9 like a storm, tearing through the meager defenses of the Xilari. Syra had watched her warriors fall, their energy lances useless against the Kryn's impenetrable armor. Their only hope lay in a desperate call for aid, not to their allies, not to the Galactic Council, but to the humans. Syra hesitated for only a moment before pressing the final command. The distress signal shot into the void, carrying the encoded plea across the vastness of space. The humans had never been trusted by the wider galactic community, too unpredictable, too aggressive, too human. But now, their unpredictability might be the only thing that could save the Xilari. 3 days later, the sky burned. Syra stood on the ruined balcony of her command post, her golden eyes wide as fireballs streaked across the heavens. The Kryn warships, once invincible, now twisted in flames as they fell. The thunder of battle shook the earth. Then, from the smoke, they emerged. Humans. Metal-clad figures dropped from the sky, their exosuits gleaming under the twin suns. Their weapons roared with a fury Syra had never seen before. They moved with calculated precision, cutting through the Kryn like a blade through silk. Explosions lit up the battlefield as human gunships strafed the enemy lines, turning Kryn armor into molten wrecks. One of them approached her, removing his helmet. His face was pale, marked with scars, and his eyes carried the weight of 1,000 battles. "Captain Syra Veluxen?" he asked. She nodded. "Captain Ryan Cole, Terran Defense Force." He extended a gloved hand. "Heard you needed some help." The battle raged for hours. The Kryn, unprepared for the sheer brutality of human tactics, began to falter. Unlike the Xilari, who fought with honor, or the Galactic Council's forces, who relied on diplomacy, the humans fought to win. No trick was too dirty, no weapon too extreme. They adapted, they improvised, and they destroyed. By nightfall, the once mighty Kryn invasion force was in full retreat. The humans had turned the tide in less than a day. Syra watched as the last enemy dropships vanished into the sky, then turned to Captain Cole. "You saved us," she said, still in disbelief. "The Kryn have conquered entire star systems, but you drove them away in a single battle." Cole sighed, removing a cigarette from a compartment in his suit. "Yeah, well, humans don't take kindly to bullies." He lit the cigarette and took a deep drag. "Besides, we've had practice. History's full of people who underestimated us." Syra studied him. "Why did you come? The Xilari have never been allies of Earth. We barely even speak." Cole smirked. "Maybe it's because we know what it's like to be the underdog. Or maybe," he said, exhaling smoke, "we just like a good fight." Syra chuckled, a sound rare among her people. She extended her 4-fingered hand, and Cole took it without hesitation. "Perhaps," she said, "it is time the galaxy stopped fearing the humans and started respecting them." Cole grinned. "Now you're getting it." As the human warships hovered above, securing the planet, Syra realized something profound. The humans were not just warriors. They were something far more dangerous. They were survivors. And now, they were her allies. In the aftermath of the battle, Syra toured the remains of the Xilari capital. Buildings were reduced to rubble, and fires still smoldered in the wreckage. She saw humans working alongside her people, tending to the wounded, distributing supplies, reinforcing structures. A group of Xilari children watched in awe as a human soldier lifted a massive steel beam with the help of his powered exosuit, clearing a path for rescue teams. The children whispered among themselves. Humans were always portrayed as reckless, violent beings, yet here they were, saving lives, rebuilding a world they had no stake in. Cole walked up beside her, arms crossed. "Not bad, huh?" "They are more than I expected," she admitted. "I see now why the Kryn feared you." He shrugged. "Fear's easy to earn. respects harder. Sirta pondered his words as she observed a human engineer directing Solari workers on how to reinforce their crumbling infrastructure. A young soldier offered a wounded Solari a sip of water, his expression one of quiet determination. The humans were not just efficient, they were compassionate. Then perhaps it is time for the Solari to learn more about humanity. Cole smirked. Careful, you might just like us. Days passed, and the Solari resistance fighters began integrating human strategies into their training. The humans shared their technology, their battle tactics, and even their history. Syrah listened intently as Cole recounted tales of Earth's wars, conflicts that spanned centuries, victories and losses that shaped their relentless nature. She realized that humans had been forged in fire, surviving against impossible odds time and time again. One evening, as they stood atop the remnants of her command post, Syrah turned to Cole. Will you stay? Cole exhaled a stream of smoke into the night air. We don't abandon our friends. She smiled, a rare expression for her kind. Then perhaps we are friends now. As the sun set over Valtrex 9, Syrah looked out over her battered world and saw something she had not seen in a long time. Hope.